Well, every office has them. People who keep their workspace immaculate, like Casey, our 6 o'clock producer here, and those who don't. And we won't mention this is David Douglas.
My desk in particular got a little bit, how should I put this, space challenged. It was time to bring in an expert. I needed professional help to reclaim my space and keep it that way. Nancy Kruschke-McKinney of Successful Organizing Solutions agreed to take on the challenge. It's a little messy.
Just a little?
But I can work here.
You have a tiny workspace.
I do. I have a small desk.
What would you like your space to look like, Mark?
I want, some personal things, but I need a little more room.
And you have a bunch of stuff behind your monitor. I'm assuming that you don't touch that on a regular basis because it's a little difficult to get to.
Yeah, that's just like old papers and files. I've been here 34 years. This accumulates over time.
Right, but you were telling me this isn't 34 years of accumulation.
No, this is 11 years. We've been in this room 11 years.
We're getting serious.
Oh, look at this.
There you go, Mark.
They brought the recycling bin for us.
So where do you start?
We're going to start with the junk because you do have just a little bit of junk of a few extra coffee cups and bottles.
Oh.
How many coffee cups does one man need?
Well, apparently 3. These are just magazines.
Okay. And they're ones that you want to hang on to?
Yeah.
All right.
I think so.
But you're not accessing them on a daily basis.
No.
As we talk about your desktop, all right, your desktop should contain those things that you're going to touch daily and that you need at your fingertips.
Okay.
So one of the things I'm not seeing on your desk as a tool you probably need is a stapler and some tape.
Oh no, they're behind the monitors.
Behind the monitor.
I don't even know what some of this is.
If you really don't know what it is, chances are you probably don't need it, okay?
Probably.
If you do know what it is, then you have to ask yourself, do I need to hang on to this? And if you're saying, okay, how do I make that decision to hang on to this? One of the questions to ask is, can you find it someplace else? All right. Would you look on your desk or would you look on the computer? Because so many people these days go to the internet.
Right.
And if you go, I can find it someplace else or something similar, then you probably don't need to keep it in a physical form on your desktop or even in your desk drawers.
Okay.
All right. So books, great. Popcorn.
Here's some more popcorn.
We're going to put the popcorn and we're going to put these personal things in one place.
Well, I'll save 2.
You keep a couple for yourself, so let's put those down there with the magazines and the keepsakes. Valentine card from your puppies.
Oh, can I have that?
Or at least it has your puppies on it.
Oh, you have to keep this.
2007 Consumer Reports Best Car? Sure. Here's $10 off Office Max, expires in 2008.
Yeah, I'm thinking they won't accept that.
You can't move that cup because the whole thing will come
Once
down.
I move the cup, so
Here's
we
a
want to.
recipe for Ziploc omelets.
Look at a Bob the Builder yo-yo. Is that a let go?
Somebody might want this. Troy, you want a Bob the Builder yo-yo? Sweet.
I'm not sure. We're passing stuff off to other people here. And beads.
Oh, I have a bag of beads here.
A bag of beads.
That can go in here. That's a bag of beads. Wow. So, give me a tour.
All right. Here you have your in, your out, and your read. So as things come in, you grab them from your mailbox, wherever you can pop them in here. You have some of your other supplies that you couldn't reach because they're behind your monitors.
They're right here.
So now you have access to those and your Rolodex. And so we utilize the vertical space in both of these situations. Push your monitors back a little bit, really give you a lot more real estate.
Room.
And so then as you keep going around, we were able to hang your puppy pictures, so that's important as well. And then the file box we set up, and those are labels that you set, information that you wanted to have at your fingertips,
Right.
so story ideas. But
Perfect.
remember the maintenance on all of this, you'll want to take a look at it. You don't want it to get too fat, it needs to fit in there, and when it starts getting too fat, then you'll need to do some maintenance and go through. And so on the shelf, what we have on there are the things that you access on a regular basis. Your phone, your car key, your glasses, your calendar, your earpiece for going on air. And then the basket that we put underneath, that's a place for your newspapers. So where you had them piled up on a couple different spots of your desk, now we have them contained and your magazines are in there. So remember we talked about giving everything, where's it going to live? So this is stuff that lives on your desktop, giving it a container. And when we give it containers, it doesn't sprawl.
So the key is to maintain this. Don't let it get to where it was.
Absolutely.
And this.
And you'll be surprised with 5 minutes at the end of the day, as I mentioned earlier, just putting things right back in their home. Where does it live? So that it's not those piles. The back is your snacks and your treats. The front is that personal stuff you need for on air.
Contact lenses.
And we also have the puppy dog stuff in there too. And up here, still a little bit needs to
I'll
go
work
on in the front. But in the back, those piles that we had put on the floor, the magazines that you did want to hang on to, they still are a reference for, or information for you.
This we cleaned up.
Yeah, look at that. I did that when you were on air. Isn't that great?
It's great. Thank you. Thank you. I promise I'm going to maintain this. And that was 3 days ago when we shot this, and here we go. I've maintained it.
Mark, it's very impressive. No, we were concerned. We really thought you had a little bit of a problem, but you made the best comment when I said, look at all of this dust.
I said, that's not dust, that's history.
That's true.
And Nancy had another good point. For your own workspace, for your closets at home, just take 10 minutes a day, and just after 10 minutes, stop, and then go at it again the next day.
Because this is still a work in progress.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I have the opposite problem. You could process microchips on my desk. So, you know, it's like both sides of the issue.
Well, it's clean for now. We'll try and keep it that way. Check out Nancy's website, SOSorganize.net, for more tips and lots of good stuff on there.
Good job, Nancy. She did a great job.
Keep it that way.